Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. It's been a few months since we last did a video, but with the world slowly getting back to normal, we hope to continue providing more educational videos for everybody to enjoy. So let's jump right into today's video where I will be showing you how to swap out a plug for an active core on one of our VSR plug kits. If you receive slot machines from an OEM manufacturer with our barrel plug kits already installed in them, you may be wondering how to pull out that plug and replace it with an active core. Today I will be showing you how to do that. Before we begin, I recommend getting a hold of some sort of flathead screwdriver and one of these plug removal keys. If you do not have any on hand, contact your VSR rep to get a few of these before you begin this project. The part number is in the description below. For step 1, use the flathead driver to open up the machine and access the barrel plug kit that you wish to swap the plug on. Remember, it is always very important to open up the machine first when dealing with locks, just in case something goes wrong. For step 2, we will use the black key to remove the plug. While the barrel kit is set to the open position, insert the hook end of the key into the side of the plug that has a shallow cut. You will notice how one side has a very deep cut and one does not. When you feel that the hook has caught onto the cutout in the plug, pull the key along with the plug out of the barrel, leaving an exposed hole. For the third step, make sure that the barrel kit remains in the open position. You can double check by simply moving the cam on the inside of the machine into open position, or by using a flathead driver to manually move the notch on the inside of the barrel until it is facing up and down. Then take your live core and your reinsertion key. The stamping of that key will begin with the letter R. Insert the key into the live core and turn it to the open position to match the direction in which the barrel kit is currently on. Make sure the groove on the back of the core matches the notch on the inside of the barrel. For your final step, once you have inserted the live core into the barrel and the core has sat properly into place, turn the key into the lock position and remove the key from the now active lock. Make sure to test it with the operator key and not the same key that you used to insert the core. Remember, the reinsertion key is only used to remove and replace cores and should not be used for daily operations. If you have multiple plugs on your machine, repeat these steps for every application until you have finished. Next time you receive machines with VSR plug kits on them, now you know how to swap out those plugs for active cores. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Hello everyone, my name is Diego Camacho. I am one of the sales reps here at VSR Industries, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to remove and insert a core on an IC lock. Before removing a core from a live game, if possible, it is always a good idea to open up your machine first before you begin any work. Using your operator key, go ahead and open up your machine and verify at the same time in which direction the lock turns. In this case, the lock opened up to the left. Next, using your reinsertion key, go ahead and remove the core by simply inserting your key into the lock, turning it into an open position, and simply pull out your key with the core attached to it. Next, using the same reinsertion key, go ahead and insert it into your new core, turn it into open position, matching up the notch at the tail end of the core with the notch on the inside of the barrel. For this next step, if possible, hold the locking mechanism on the inside of your game in open position. Holding the core in the open position, go ahead and insert it into the barrel until you hear a click, letting you know that the core has been inserted all the way in. Once you have verified that the core is all the way on the inside of the barrel, go ahead and turn your lock into lock position and pull out your key, leaving the core and the barrel attached. Finally, using your operator key, simply lock up your machine, completing the process. I hope that you have found this video very helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hello, and welcome back to our how-to videos. Today I am going to be doing a step-by-step walkthrough on how to perform a quick change rekey using a VSR LSR 2000. Before we get started, keep in mind that in order to perform a quick change rekey, your lock needs to have at least one more code remaining. If you are not sure how many more codes you have, ask your VSR rep when you let them know of the situation. For this rekey, you will need 3 separate keys: the operator key, the quick change key which will have a red colored handle, and the new operator key. Also, if your locks are over 3 years old, I recommend getting a can of Foxy Lube. For the first step, we will be using the existing operator key to open up the door of whichever application we will be working with. In this case, it will be the main door. Now, it is important to have your door open just in case something goes wrong. You have access to the entire lock and you can change it out without having to drill it out. For this next step, we will be using the quick change key to perform the rekey. But first, verify the directional turn on the lock with the existing operator key. On a LSR 2000, a rekey can only be done if the lock has a full 90-degree right-hand rotation. Before you insert the quick change key, notice that there is a notch at the bottom of the key. When you insert the key, make sure that the notch is facing the bottom of the keyway on the lock. Once you have fully inserted the change key, turn the key clockwise a full 90 degrees and return it back to the original position. Before pulling out the change key, place one hand under the keyway to catch the gold-colored master wafer that has been extracted and will fall out of the notch at the bottom of the key. After the wafer has been removed, never reinsert the change key again, as this will cause the key to get stuck on the lock. If the lock has a left-handed rotation or it does not rotate a full 90 degrees, I recommend pulling out the core and performing this step while holding the core in your hand. For the next step, we will be using the existing operator key to confirm whether the rekey was a success or not. If the rekey worked, the existing operator key should no longer work and the lock can only be operated using the new key. If after several attempts you notice that the old key still works or the wafer did not drop, this may be an indication that it's time to change out the lock. Now, it is important that you use the old key when doing this key check, because if you use the new key, you will notice that it still works on the lock. And that is because the new key will always work on all previous codes, regardless if the quick change was a success or not. Once you have confirmed that the quick change was successful, close the door using the new key and you are done. So there you have it. If you follow these steps, you should get through your rekey process fairly simple and without any major complications. Remember to also rekey any locks that you may have in stock, and if this is your first time doing this, it may be a good idea to start with those and build up some practice. Remember to take your time and order enough keys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.